All right, all right. Good evening, everyone. How is everyone doing? Woohoo! Happy Thursday. What is going on? Hi, Bill. How are you? Good evening. What is going on? What are you doing? This week has flown by. I don't know how that feels for everyone else, but whew, wow. So let's light some sage just to cleanse the energy right now before we get into the awesome show. And woohoo, here we go. There we go. Loving it. Cleanse the cards. Woo, we have got the joyride getting ready to amp up so fast right now. We don't even know what's in store, honestly. It's Uranus getting ready to enter Gemini for the first time in a while, but more importantly, moving out of Taurus from the last 7 years. So moving from that slow energy to air. Woo, let's get to it. Let's not even mess around. So this is going to be very, very fun and interesting if you take that point of view, right? So welcome, everybody. I'm Kirsten Brenner. This is Beach Balance Life, my channel here on YouTube. And I love to talk about astrology, and this is Spiritual Happy Hour. I have a couple different live shows, and I have my live show on Tuesday evening, The Love Forecast, so go check it out. And in addition, I have some pop-up things I'm doing starting tomorrow, going to be very exciting. And yeah, it's this energy is intense. It's insane. And we are literally stepping into a precipice of things going from very grounded energy, not really, but Uranus has been in Taurus for the last 7 years. So wherever that is in your natal chart, that is literally going to indicate where things have been in upheaval, right? So is it in your career? Is it in your personal life, your love, your travel, your creativity, where you're not feeling grounded? Something like that. But now it's going into Gemini, an air sign, and it's literally, Gemini is known as the twins, okay? I mean, Pisces are as well, but Gemini is literally, you have the good twin and the bad twin. So it's like people speaking out of both sides of their mouths. And in this era we're stepping into, it's really going to amp things up on a very fast level, a very communicative level. Communication is key. Oh, wow. If you're not communicating right now, it's going to be taken one way or the other. So make sure you have good communication skills. But yeah, it's pretty intense energy, but good energy. And as I've talked about in Spiritual Happy Hour the last few weeks, we had all that intense energy in Aries, and now we are moving and smoothing over that-ish, but not as intense as we had it 2 weeks ago. That was the most intense week that we're going to have this year, with 7 celestial planets in the sign of Aries. And as of right now, we have Venus in the love of God, or the planet of love and the goddess of love, right? In the 29th degree of Taurus, we have Uranus at the 29th degree of Taurus, and they're getting ready to both move into Gemini. Venus more so moving in there faster. However, it is going to be intense but fun, especially if you like the upheaval of communication. Fast, right? I don't know about you, but I'm an Aries, Leo rising, and I love things to be fast. Like, let's go, let's get cracking. Let's keep going. Let's have a tower moment, collapse, blow it up, collapse. Let's go, move on, let's go, keep going. So pretty fun and interesting. So if you're new to my channel, welcome so much. I love having you here. Spiritual Happy Hour is more of an astrology focused time where we will go over what's going on in the current energies, obviously have some sage burning, which I love. And then we'll go through all the zodiac signs and the readings for the week of what you need to know from here until the next Thursday or wherever you are in the world per se. And then I also have the love forecast on Tuesdays at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And we go over more of love and sensuality. You know what I'm saying? And then I have some pop-ups happening where we're going to talk about career and finance, and then also a love pop-up for the weekend. And so make sure if you're tuning into this live, please click the thumbs up. Just a little dislike really helps push this video out into the algorithm. And then obviously, if you're in the chat, say hello. Loving that. You know, I love people coming into the show. You definitely get a shout out. And I do offer mini readings during the show, or a free 1-card poll for anyone who's here, because I just love to bring in the community. So I don't know what you guys are drinking. I'm drinking peppermint water. All right. So how is everyone doing with all this energy? Can you feel the energy changing? I surely can. Woo! It's awesome. It's awesome. Okay, so before we get into it, I also want to mention that I do offer personal readings. I have 1-hour sessions that are available. In addition, I have a 3-session package available, but more so on Tuesdays, I also offer a Taco Tuesday per se package. Not so much tacos as I mentioned on Tuesday on the Love Forecast, not a package of tacos, but more so of talking and co-creating with the universe, a taco, right? Because we need to co-create with the universe. We're giving guidance. We all have intuition, and intuition hits that we get. And if you don't take action and you don't move forward, it's not going to manifest, right? And like that's what we're here on Earth to do, is to manipulate energy and manifest things into our reality. And the thing about manifestation is it doesn't happen right away. Sometimes it can, but we have to remember our current reality is not what we're manifesting, right? I have this beautiful studio. I manifested this, but in my mind's eye, I'm thinking, where do I want to take this channel? What do I want my studio to look like in the next 6 months? Professionalism. If I took a picture of this, you'd be like shocked because I'm in my kitchen, but I want to have it bigger and better sound, everything going along with that, right? So that's the fun thing about manifesting, is we can put it out there, hold our intention, and wait to see for it to manifest. We don't need to know about how, we just need to know about what our vision is. So, woo! That's exciting energy. You know what? What's funny with this Uranus and our Gemini energy coming in? Gemini is like talky. I don't know if you have any friends that are very talkative. One of my good friends, she is a Gemini moon, and man, she can talk. I thought I could talk. As a Pisces moon, yeah, no, Gemini. And that's where our energy is heading. So if you're starting to feel that amp up of like this, like the solid ground, and then moving into fast moving energy, you're feeling the energy and you're in the wave. All right. So we will go into the signs. I like on this show, I'm going to light a little bit more sage, but I like to go into a reading for everybody, the collective, and then go through the individual zodiac signs. And I also encourage, everyone looks at their star sign or their sun sign as their zodiac sign when you go and look at the newspaper, this and that. But I want to encourage everybody to go look up their chart and see where their rising sign is and their moon sign. And those three collaboratively will really push you into an area of like, okay, now I'm getting a better almost personal reading without having to get a reading, right? Obviously, I do natal chart readings or interpretations and things like that. But for things like this is what when I go look at some of my favorite YouTubers, I'll go, and you always want to focus in on your rising sign, because that's the most accurate per se, like the foundation. So I do have my Freestyle Love Supreme cup. Woohoo! What's going on? And I'll pull all of the zodiac signs from here, and then we'll get into the readings. So first we're going to start with Virgo, sun, moon, or rising. Oh, I love all my Virgo friends. I was talking to my mom today, and we were talking about how my aunt, she's not on here right now, but she is Virgo, and how precise they are, and how much like detail oriented they are, and how much they're a planner, right? And wherever that is in your chart, that's where you should be focusing in on, dialing in on the details. So I love that. Okay, so this is for Virgo, sun, moon, or rising. What's going on, my Virgos? Okay. Ooh, okay, so the first card is solitude. So Virgos, you could be feeling a little bit in solitude or wanting to have some time by yourself to recalibrate, rebalance. What are the little things that you need to go back into the basics and learn or remember? And I don't know why I'm getting this hit, but I will say it. I feel like journaling is a very huge indicator for you in this energy going into Uranus and Gemini. Yes, we talked about Venus going into Gemini, but Uranus is going to be here for 7 years, 7 more years, okay? And that's, it's not saying you're going to be in solitude for 7 years, okay? It's just saying preparing for this energy moving forward, you want to sit here and say, okay, what do I want to manifest the next 7 years? What's important to me to move forward to get to the goals that I want? This is happening also in your 10th house of career, where Gemini is. And so you want to think about where are your long-term career goals? What do you want to be known for? What is the 10th house in the zodiac chart is the top of the chart, and that's called the midheaven. And that is literally like your North Star for the most part. It depends on your actual zodiac natal chart, obviously, but in any indication of the zodiac, if you're looking at anyone's chart, the midheaven is literally the 10th house, depending on where your rising or the nodes are, which we'll get into that. I have more videos coming for that. We're going to talk about the nodes, what the planets mean in each house and each sign, and that's going to help break this down and make it digestible. So the beach balance life cards, I pulled safety stop. So this is interesting. So this goes hand in hand with solitude. So a safety stop, when you are scuba diving and you're 30 feet below, you're hanging out, swimming around the fishes. That's a Godfather term. If you know, you know. But not really. But if you're hanging out, just, you're diving. When you're coming up to the surface, you come up to the surface at least about 15 to 10 feet below the surface, and you sit there for 5 to 10 minutes before you break through the surface, because you need to recalibrate. You need to let the nitrogen come out of your bloodstream. So then when you come up to the surface, you don't have that toxicity in your system. So taking your time and moving forward, and not going in that Aries energy that we're in, but not so much now that we're in Taurus season, because happy birthday, Taurus, but doing things more methodically, which is perfect for Virgo. That's what you do, is you just really focus in on being methodical and strategic and planning oriented, things like that. So whatever you're doing right now, Virgo, you need to make sure that you aren't getting caught up in that fire energy to like plow forward, right? All right, let's see what your angels have to say for you. Brilliant idea. I love this. So you might have a good idea that you want to move forward with, either in career or love or your personal life, your home life. However, you want to make sure that you're doing the proper steps to plan, putting all the planning steps in order, not going from 1 to 100, making sure that you're saying, okay, I need to do this, and then I need the second step, third step, fourth step, fifth step, right? So this is awesome. I love that for you, Virgo. Okay, and I also have my angel yes, no deck. So think about a question that you have, Virgo, of what you want to manifest, or something that's on your mind for this next week as we go into this energy. since this is in your long-term career house. But if this is a love question, something like that, let me know. So think of a question and I'll pull a card. All right, let's see, Virgo. Okay, the answer to your question that you have right now, that you have in your mind, is choose a new direction. So this is an interesting card because it's telling me it's not a direct yes and it's not a definite no. It's more saying, are you trying to control the situation? Are you trying to control the outcome? Because nothing is going to happen if you're controlling the outcome. You have to let the universe flow through you and move things for you in order to really get the outcome that you want. And if it's not what you want, this is the best decision for you because God, the universe, your angels, and your ancestors, they know what's best for you. We always think, oh, this is what I want. This is what I have to have. If I don't have it, I'm going to be upset. No. This is about flowing with the universe. So moving in the direction of, okay, let go and let God. Like, just go, right? I love that for you, Virgo. That's so cool. If you're just chiming in, welcome. Please say hello in the chat. Oh, I love my big brothers in the chat. Hi, how are you? Okay, so let's see who's coming in next with the Freestyle Love Supreme Cup. Loving my Broadway. If you know Freestyle Love Supreme, this is not a paid advertisement at all. Lin-Manuel Miranda, who wrote and produced and acted in Hamilton, the Broadway show, also has a improv show that he's been doing in New York City. So if you're from New York, then you should know Freestyle Love Supreme. Hopefully you've seen it. And if not, they don't perform anymore. But if you like improv and freestyle rapping, that's where it's at. Okay, so the next we're going to move on to Aries. Aries, sun, moon, or rising. What's going on? I love Aries because I am one. So let's see what's going on for your message for this week, Aries. Yes. Woo! Cards are flying everywhere. All right, Aries. I pulled the Hope card. So this is basically, in the traditional tarot, this is the card of the star of lucky in love, lucky lotto energy, right? Moving in that energy where you can see your vision and you just trust and things are just manifesting, right? Whether it's financially, in love, in your home life, in your creative life, in your spiritual life, whatever that is, it's literally amplifying all of this beautiful energy for you. And with all this energy going into Uranus, that's the attitude that you're going to need, because Uranus is the planet of upheaval, of, listen, like, Uranus is going to take everybody on a roller coaster, and it has been. If you look at the last 7 years, we've all been on a roller coaster wherever Taurus is in your chart. And for me, that was in my long-term career. So it's about having safety of, a very unstable career, long-term career, right? Now it's moving into my house of social media and meeting new people and really of that social network and friends, which is great. I can't wait I'm so excited for it to move out of my long-term career goal, because that was so unstable. And you kind of get used to the instability, and that's fine. So this is interesting, Aries. So let's see what the Beach Balance Life cards also have to say about that. We have Pump the Bilge. So when you're on a boat, I'm a sailor. I race sailboats, and I have for over 20 years. So the bilge is literally the bottom of the boat that collects the water from the rain or just anything in the boat that's leaking. And the bilge it collects all this like dirty, gross water, right? And it's not sewage, because that's a different thing. But this is literally it's so your boat doesn't sink at some point, right? So you want to pump out the bad energy. You want to get rid of all of the things that are are giving you negative vibes, anything that's not working in your life that isn't a positive aspect, you need to get rid of it. Because it's not intended to, it's not going to be healthy over time, right? So let's see what your angels have to say, Aries, sun, moon, or rising. Okay. Overcoming difficulties. So this goes hand in hand with pumping the bilge, right? The bilge is gross problems, things, getting rid of them. And, something is a little bit shady, something that needs to be released, and a toxic situation. So this is saying you're getting ready to come out of this situation. So anything in your life right now, Aries, that has been holding you down or making you feel that, if I hold on to this, it just isn't a good feeling. It's not sitting in my soul. It's time to let it go. And this one, I love this card because you have a beautiful feather, and then you have the angel wings, or, the eagle wings that are really taking you into a new, different direction. And that's saying that there are better things on the horizon. I mean, look at what's going on in the distance in this card. You have this beautiful sunset, and you're literally like soaring over the valley of death. I don't know why I thought that, but if that resonates, let me know in the comments, because that is an interesting concept. Okay. So Aries, think of a yes, no question of what you need for this week, and let's see what the cards have to say for you. Ooh, so interesting. So the thing that popped out was the situation will improve. So Aries, I feel like with all this energy that's been going on with everything with all the planets in Aries, I mean, we have Saturn in Aries, we have Neptune in Aries. These planets are generational planets. They take forever to go through the zodiac. We have Mercury in Aries, which is fast communication. We have the sun just moved into Taurus, so happy birthday, Taurus. And there's so much fire energy, and now mixed with the Uranian air energy, it's going to just ignite. And that is like so great, because whatever it is that you were feeling like it was up and down, now it's going to start smoothing out, right? So Aries, I recommend doing some journaling, doing some box breathing. If you don't know what that is, go check it out on YouTube. It's really beneficial, really healthy, especially if you're feeling, that nervousness, your heart pounding, like you've had too much caffeine or something. Doing some box breathing will really just calm down your nervous system. I feel like that's really beneficial to any fire sign right now. So if you're Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, that's going to be your key, especially going into all this air energy that's going to ignite where everything is in your chart. Okay, let's see who's next. Okay, next we have Aquarius. Aquarius, sun, moon, or rising. What is going on, my aquas? And it's funny because a lot of people think that Aquarius is a water sign because it's the water bearer. No, it's an air sign. And if you have Aquarius and you have it in your chart, we all have all the signs in your chart or in our chart, you're going to know that's where it's all about the community, helping people, and kind of being out there with ideas and things that pop in your head. You're like, oh, that's a brilliant invention that I need to do. So like my brother here in the chat, he has like 29 different patents. He literally has strong Aquarius energy in his chart. So this is happening in the 5th house for Aquarius, which is creativity, short-term romance. And I don't mean like short-term. It's not a long-term partnership. So it's more like romance, kids, the inner child, coming into that inner child energy that's going to ignite that. A lot of inner child healing, which a lot of people need. We don't realize that, but we need to heal our inner child. That's why we do things. That's why we have adult coloring books and things like that. So let's see what we have going on for you, Aquarius, sun, moon, or rising. Okay, so we have stand your ground. So wherever you are right now, you may be feeling very unstable, very like what's happening, because with this energy moving into your house of creativity, coming out of your shell, which is the 4th house, is home, and making it feel like, okay, now I need to step out and actually do something. Instead of thinking about doing something fun or creating something or buying a boat, you know, if you know, it's really like coming into this energy of, okay, I'm going to start taking action and moving things forward because this is what I need to do to satisfy my soul, right? In addition, we have dry bag. So if you are into any kind of aqua sports or anything, a dry bag is literally, you know, if you want to put your cell phone in it, your wallet, you wrap it up, you go on the boat. If the boat takes on water, everything is protected. So this is saying protector vibes. Okay, it's all about making sure that whatever you have going on, you are literally, everything that's important to you is protected. So it's okay to put yourself out there and have a little bit of a shell around what you have in your, I was going to say heart, mind, and soul. So however that lands for you, that will make sense for you. So let's see what the angels have to say about that. Okay, so we have nurture. So this is nurturing your inner child, right? Because look at this card. This is all about being nurtured by the angels, being nurtured and doing something kind for yourself, you know, obviously self-care, but then having somebody around you who also shares that energy for you, with you, and for you, that kindness. And so this could mean, you know, maybe if you're not sure how to nurture yourself, do a spa day or stay at home one night and take a bath or do a face mask. If you're a guy, clip your toenails, you know, something like that, that's going to give that energy of really just like taking care of yourself and nurturing that inner child. Okay. Aquarius, think of a yes or no question and we'll go from there. We'll see what this is for the energy for this week. All right, so we have compromise. So whatever you're trying to manifest or whatever your question is, you need to compromise. Make sure you're not coming from a space of, okay, it's either my way or the highway, yes or no. There's a huge range between that, right? Of, okay, well, if I don't seek to have control of this situation, what can manifest? Because sometimes like balancing the scales is very Libra energy, right? Balancing the scales and seeing, okay, instead of trying to figure out how to protect yourself to not get hurt or how to not have a situation come to fruition how you want, just like relax, go with the flow. Literally in any kind of manifestation, if you guys know Abraham Hicks, she's awesome. Go check her out on YouTube. It's all about being the cork that just bobs on the water. And when you're resisting, you're trying to hold the cork down, but you can't. The cork will always come back up and keep floating, right? So you just want to say, okay, let things happen how they need to be, and then they will manifest how they're supposed to and the best for you, right? Okay. I hope that makes sense, Aquarius. All right, moving on. Okay, now we're going to move on to Gemini. Do we have any Geminis in the house on the live right now? Would love to know, because this is your time, because Uranus is moving from your 12th house of where you are mentally in your mind into your first house on how you come out into the world. And that is literally like, this is huge for Gemini. So with Venus coming into Gemini, it's all about, wow, how do you identify with the things you love? How do you identify with what you want to produce in the world and what you want to create? And what gives what is your divine passion? And that's where you're going to see yourself bloom. Okay, Gemini, let's see what the cards have to say for you. All right, Gemini. Oh, okay. We have the wisdom card. I'm only laughing because your next card just popped out, and so I'm already anticipating what I'm going to say for that. But the wisdom card in the traditional tarot is the Four of Wands. See, this man, he knows what he has. He has the book of knowledge, and he's looking brightly in the sun, saying, "Okay, I know what I'm doing. I know where I need to go." And he has a strong, solid foundation with family, in a relationship, and also he has his little dog, okay, or a cat, whatever, a pet. And so you know where you need to go right now. You know what you need to do. in order to reach this goal of the land of milk and honey, right? So the next card that pulled out or that popped out was it's bitchin'. So I love this card. So literally it's like a surfing term. You know, when you're out there surfing and you're doing a hang 10 or you're literally you cut the best wave, you're like, it's bitchin'. Like it's literally like the best in show. So you're getting ready to step out on stage and just really just like flourish and shine with the sun in this card. It's literally the sun is shining on you. It's going to take you to places that you didn't know you were going to go. So the next 7 years are going to be awesome. Obviously, there's going to be ups and downs because we can't like really live life if we're not living it. But let's see what the angels have to say for you this week. So this is what I'm saying. I'm hearing that with the wisdom card also, it's all about taking the power back to journal and put those, when your wand or your word is your wand, right? So when you write it down, you do it and you manifest it. You could think about it, ruminate about it, but you have to actually write it down in order to get it out of your head to spin it around. Because sometimes we live in the hamster wheel in our heads where we're thinking about, okay, I want to manifest this. I want to do this. I want to do that. And then our mind, our ego steps in and says, wait a minute. That doesn't feel safe, right? So you want to write it down and then see how it unfolds. So, oh my God. And the card I pulled out was take your power back. Did I not just say that? I just said that. So take your power back. And this doesn't mean, okay, think about where you're leaking energy right now and where it's going out into the universe. Are you spending it too much time on being a people pleaser, right? That's a great example of leaking your energy. How are people thinking about me? Are they going to think this about me? No. Who cares? No one cares. Everyone, you're the only one living your life, right? So you need to focus in on you and be the best in show. Be the one that's on stage, right? And be the one that is literally living your life. And who cares? Everyone else is just an NPC player, right? And if you know, but it's true. Okay, so let's think about a yes or no question for you. Gemini, what are you thinking right now? What do you need to know for this week? What is a yes or no question of something you're trying to manifest or something you have going on in your mind? Let's see. Okay, so whatever it is, the angels are saying, yes, you are ready for this. So you need to move forward, take action. You're ready for it. Stop preparing so much. Stop planning. A lot of people, especially Geminis, air signs, you overthink. Don't overthink. Just go for it, okay? You need to step out. So whatever you've been thinking about methodically for the last 7 years with Taurus in your 12th house and now Gemini and Uranus moving into Gemini in your first house on how you show up in the world, you need to just go for it. You need to step out on stage and let's go. Let's get cracking, okay? That's awesome. I love that. I love that so much. Woohoo! All right, so I'm really all about my sage tonight. So I'm lighting more because it's really giving me the vibe. All right, so let's just sage again. And if you don't know, sage is really good for clearing the energy. I always, if I can't sleep, I'll get up and sage my place because it takes out the negative energy and the negative vibes. And whenever I'm doing readings, I want to make sure that everyone's getting this beautiful energy and not just my biased opinion, right? Okay, so let's see who's next in the Freestyle Love Supreme Cup. All right, we have Libra. Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What's going on? Another fellow air sign. Woohoo, Libra. So this is Uranus is going to transition into Gemini in your 9th house, which is travel, adventure, spirituality, astrology, mythology, anything like that. That's going to expand your greater consciousness. And this is awesome. This is awesome for you. I love this for you, Libra. Let's see what you need to know for this coming week. As we go in this energy, prosperity begins. So this card is indicating this is the traditional card of the Ace of Wands in the tarot. And this is all about planting the seed, right? Planting that seed and nurturing it. So whatever your idea is, whatever you want to do when you're traveling, you need to plant the seed and tend to it. Because if you don't tend to it, it's going to suffocate, right? So you want to make sure that you're taking the prosperity, plant the seed and set it, forget it. I think about that when I think about autopilot or cruise control, set it, forget it. So you have a really good idea being planted, or you've been thinking about it for the last 7 years. It's time to actually just put it into action. Let's see what the Beach Balance Life cards say for you. Oh, Ocean Heart. I love this card so much. These are the cards that I created personally. So it's a pure heart of having pure intentions, of really being in touch with Mother Nature and the ocean, and pulling in that beautiful feminine energy and balancing out the yin and yang within your body. If, on a couple days ago on the Love Forecast show, I did a huge thing on balancing out the yin and yang energy for these upcoming transits. So you might want to go check that out. But having a pure heart and really just coming into the space of serenity, surrendering, letting go, letting God, letting things manifest, unfold. That is beautiful energy. Let's see what the angels have to say for you for this reading. Okay. Ooh, relationship harmony. Oh, this is beautiful. So Archangel, I love working with the archangels. And if you haven't worked with the archangels, they're awesome. They literally, I don't even know how many there are. I should know that, but I'm an Aries, so we don't care about details. That's why I have Virgo friends. But relationship harmony. So the angels are saying, they're opening the hearts of everyone involved in the situation, and arguments and conflicts are being resolved in the 5D level. So sometimes when you're feeling that you're in conflict with somebody, it's always good to just sit there and pray and say, okay, my higher self wants to say to this person's higher self, XYZ, blah, blah, blah. And then just put it out there and let your 5D self take care of it, because the 3D self, we're so dense. Everything's so slow here that everything moves so slow. So, and in the ethers, everything moves so quickly. Okay. So let's see, Libra, think of a yes, no question of what you want to know right now. And right out of the deck, the yes card popped out. So whatever you were asking about is a definite yes. Okay. This is amazing. I love this energy. And so that's the answer to your question. I literally just popped right out. All right. Let me grab a sip of water. All right. Let's see who's next. Boop-a-doo. Scorpio. Woohoo! Scorpios. You're having great financial things happen right now. I love that. Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising. If you don't have a Scorpio in your life, you should get one, because they will challenge you and give you great ideas and also make you go deep, right? Wherever Scorpio is in your chart, you will go deep. And this is coming into the 8th house. Uranus and Gemini is in the 8th house, which is investments, pensions, transformation, other people's resources. So that could be amplifying. And it's also going to be a little bit of a roller coaster, but it's going to shock you in a good way and a bad way. So it depends on your aspects in your chart. But I do know that I have a good Scorpio friend right now who's having massive financial abundance. I'm thinking of going up on a roller coaster, right? They're like, woohoo, all these things are happening, right? So invest wisely right now in this energy. Okay, Scorpios. And let's see what you need to know for this week. I have the new beginnings card for you. I love this energy. So this is stepping onto a whole new plane, a whole new precipice of adventure, of finances, investing. Where are you investing? Who are you partnering with right now, Scorpio? Tell me below in the comments. If you're watching this after the show, let me know in the comments. Who are you partnering with to bring in this financial abundance? Where's this abundance coming from? Because you are lucky, lucky, lucky right now. We have caught on the inside. So when you're surfing, being caught on the inside, you don't want to be caught on the inside. So this is to me, this card indicates for your reading right now is being caught up in drama, being caught up in the numbers, being lost in the Excel spreadsheet, trying to figure out things too much. Trust the universe and trust God that things are going to unfold for you in this house of finance for you, because you're going to see a lot of people around you maybe struggling, but I do know you're going to just paddle right through it and just keep going out to the lineup to catch the best wave. Like you're literally teeing yourself up to catch the best wave this next week. Okay, let's see what the angels have to say for you. Divine order. I love this. So Archangel Raguel is all about everything has a divine order. Everything's going to fall into place. Like, don't try to get so detail oriented in that Excel spreadsheet, right? What I just said, it's all about really just like trusting how things are going to unfold for you. Have your vision and say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And then just let it unfold. Okay. Scorpio, think of a yes or no question for this week of something you want to know, and we'll shuffle the cards. Take a deep breath in and release, and we'll see what the answer is. Okay. So yes, you're on the right path. Look for a sign. Keep moving forward. You have a brilliant idea. Look at this lightning bolt coming down. And this is like an alchemist. You're an alchemist. You have the ability to manifest and create anything you want with air, earth, fire, and water, and mix it all together, and you're going to get what you want. So that is awesome for my Scorpios this week. Woohoo! I love it. All right. So moving on to the next sign, we have Pisces. Oh, Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. What's going on, my little Pisces? I say that about every sign. I love Pisces. I'm a Pisces moon. And if you have a Pisces in your life, you want to talk about having intuition and like someone who's psychic, it's a Pisces. If they have a lot of heavy charts. Hi, Tammy. Good to see you. Welcome. How's NYC? All right, Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. What do you need to know for this week? Ooh, okay. This is all about intuition. Did I not just say that about Pisces? The third eye is all about the vision, clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairsentience. Like, it's literally like, wow, this is awesome. I literally was just saying that about Pisces, and I love that. That's so cool. So Pisces, tune into whatever your intuition is this week. It's telling you and giving and putting you on the right path. It's literally like, okay, here's your intuitive hit. Trust it. Do not ever doubt your intuition. And pay attention to your dreams this next week, Pisces, because I think that's where you're going to be getting a lot of messages. I personally get a lot of messages in dreams where then I'm like, oh, I don't know if that's real. And then it happens in the 3D, and I'm like, oh, why didn't I pay attention to my dreams, right? So, all right, let's see what the Beach Balance Life cards have to say for you. Sea Spray. Oh, I love this card. This card is literally like salty kisses from the ocean. You're in Mother Earth giving you a kiss, like blowing that salt in your face. You're like, Or when you lick your lips after being at the beach, you're like, I'm so salty. You feel it all over your skin. It's literally being blessed by Mother Nature. I love that. That's fun. And it's fun. I just said that it's fun, but it's fun. It's flirty. It's creative energy. And it's all about literally, a well-needed break needs to happen for you. So if you're working so hard this week, make sure you're taking that time out to play with your inner child and have that creativity just flow and release and get rid of those pressures that you have of this daily matrix we live in. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Bill, we are going very deep. All right, let's see what the angels have to say for Pisces. Ooh, okay, interesting, Pisces. So a healthy lifestyle. So it's time to take a review on what you're doing. Are you eating healthy? Are you working out? Are you taking care of your mental body, your spiritual body, right? Are you making sure you're not watching gross like documentaries on like death and people's tragedies? Are you guarding yourself? Because remember, what we put in our mind garden, we manifest. So it's taking, this card is saying, take a life review on what you're doing. What are you eating? What are you doing on a daily routine to take care of yourself, to protect yourself? I mean, negative energy is very powerful, and a lot of people buy into it. You watch the news so much and all this like crazy stuff happening, it literally starts to manifest. So what you observe, you start to manifest. Before I pull your yes no card, lighting some sage, think about what your question is this week, Pisces, to manifest. And we will go from there. Ow. Okay. Yes, creating the most of unexpected connections, especially with Uranus going to Gemini. This is going to be a lot of fast-moving energy. A lot of things are going to bring us to the next level, right? And partnerships. That doesn't mean romantically. It just means like on a level to level you up spiritually, especially for Pisces, to level you up on the next level of, okay, so I think that I know everything about, my prayer and my spiritual life, but who am I going to meet and talk to bring me up to the next level, to like really amplify things? Because sometimes we think that we know everything, but we don't. So, I mean, sometimes I think that I'm like, oh, I think I need to amp up my spirituality, or I've maxed out. You've never maxed out. Okay. So think of your yes, no question, Pisces. Let's go. I totally just did a Piscean thing and just talked all over the place. So Pisces, ask others for help right now. Okay. So whatever you're trying to manifest, whatever you're trying to bring in, or whatever you have on your plate this week, ask people around you. And you can also ask your angels. All you have to say, your angels and spirit guides will not step in unless you say, please step in and help me, because free will takes over. But if you ask them to help you, you will get the guidance immediately. It'll come down. You'll hear the voice in your head. You're like, oh my God, that's right. So I'm loving that for my Pisces this week. All right, let's see what we have. Who's next? Sagittarius. Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising. What's going on, my Saggies? Loving my Saggies. Fellow fire sign. I have a lot of fire in my chart, and you will know that as you get to know me through this channel. So I love any kind of fire energy. So let's see. The card that popped out is on the floor, and I'm not going to pick it up, Sagittarius, but I know what it is. It's material changes. It's having the fork in the road, things moving forward. Literally, like it's a hand, and you have all these different options. So which one are you going to take? Which path are you going to take? Which one is more beneficial for your spiritual and mental and emotional health, right? So let's see what the Beach Balance Life cards say. So windward. This is on the side of the island that's where the wind is coming. When you're sailing, if you're on the windward side, that's where you're feeling the blast of everything, right? So feeling that energy, that momentum of things moving forward, and bracing yourself for, being true with who you are and standing up and saying, okay, this is what I want, and not people pleasing, not acquiescing to other people's requests, or because you want to make sure that, a lot of people think that when you are people pleasing, that you are everybody's gift. No, when you're people pleasing, that is your ego protecting you to make sure that everyone's giving you acceptance, right? Sagittarius, it's literally like you want to be the opposite of people pleasing. You want to be a steady, firm foundation in your belief system, and not let people's opinions and people's ideas of what they want for you to fulfill that for them. Let me know if that makes sense. All right. So this coming week, you really need to protect your energy, Sagittarius. So the angels are saying victory. Oh, you have a victory on the horizon. I love this. So your prayers, everything you've been praying about is coming to fruition. Okay. Archangel Sandalphon is literally protecting you. So have faith, like keep things moving forward. Have faith. Trust that things are unfolding as they should be. Trust that, as you go through this energy with in your 7th house of Gemini and Uranus, that's in your house of partnerships and alliances, in business and in romantically, you literally want to make sure that you're taking care of the emotional health of your relationships, of your personal relationships, your partners, your long-term partnerships. That's what I should say. Okay, Sagittarius, think of a yes/no question, and then let's see what the angels have to say for you for this coming week. Okay, so we have compromise. So whatever you have going on, this is very Libra air energy, right? The scales are balancing out. Compromise. What is going on in your life that's making you feel like you think that if I do this and this is how it needs to be, and that's going to make me feel safe. No, there are so many gifts on just compromising, opening up that yin and yang, the receiving and giving energy, that energy of moving things forward together in a holistic way. Because with yin and yang, like the right side of your body is the masculine side, which is the future, and the left side of your body is the feminine side, which is the past. So if you have hip issues and say it's your right hip, that you're trying to control your outcome too much, and that's why you're being stopped, because the hips are like moving forward in time, right? I don't know why that's popping up. So please comment below if literally you have hip issues right now. Sagittarius, this is a huge message for you. Think of a yes or no question, and we'll pull more cards for what you need to know this next coming week. Okay. Whatever you're trying to manifest is going to come to fruition in the next few months. So what is your idea that you have on the horizon that's really, making you feel like, okay, I need to put some planning process. I want this huge victory coming in, and I have these ideas of what I need. So think about what's happening and unfolding. And like I said earlier, that manifestations take time in the 3D, right? We think we want it and we're impatient. No, you have to be patient and say, okay, here's my goal. This is what I want. And it's going to take time to unfold. And I'm going to take the necessary steps to make that happen. Okay. So that's the message for you, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. I love that. Let me know how it works out for you. Okay. Let's see who's next. Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Taurus, how do you feel about Venus leaving your sign of wherever it is in your chart? But for Taurus, it's in your first house of like who you are to the world and how you show up in the world. How is it making you feel to have the planet that rules your sign move into your second house of finances? Woo! That's awesome. It could be provide some instability in the next 7 years, up and down. So making sure that you are making the right investments and you're not getting caught up in the bright idea of Bitcoin or follow this stock or day trading, like not putting anybody down, but day trading, really. Okay, let's see what the universe has to say for you this week. Okay, so intuition, it's all about following your intuition this week and really just stepping into this energy of, okay, I'm getting these psychic hits, looking into the mirror, your mirror, what you put out in the universe. So remember, our word is our wand. And when we think about something, we think about, this is a great example. You think about road rage, you're going to get more people aggravating you on the road, right? Because you're mirroring what the universe, you're giving the universe your thoughts, and it's coming back to you tenfold. So be careful what you're putting in your mind garden, and be careful that you're listening. You're not ignoring your intuition this week. Be careful that you're literally, I don't know why I keep saying be careful. So I feel like there's a huge caution for this going on, Taurus. So make sure that you're tending to self-care and taking care of your 3D meat suit, if you will, and amplifying what it is you want to manifest, but knowing that we live on Earth where there are intentional things to aggravate us, to keep us off of our spiritual path, to keep us from the land of the milk and honey, if you will, right? So don't get distracted by shiny objects. That's exactly it. Especially because Taurus is all about luxury and food and homey, like everything and beauty. So don't get distracted by shiny objects this week because it will take you off on a different realm. Okay. So I pulled out the paddle out card for you. So paddling out is when you're surfing, you're paddling out to the lineup. So you're on your way to something bigger that you're trying to catch, right? So you may feel like you're kind of going up this momentum up this hill and saying, I don't know if I'm going to make it to the top. Oh, I don't know if I have enough provisions to make it to the top. Trust the universe and trust that you will have everything you need that's provided for you as you get up to that journey to get to the top, right? Because when you're paddling out to the lineup, when you're surfing, you have these waves that are just like coming over you, washing over you, and you're like, oh, I'm so tired. But you have to keep going because if you don't, if you stay stagnant, you're going to stay there and keep getting pounded. So you have to go through it in order to get through it. How about that? Let's see what the angels have to say for you for this next week. Overcoming difficulties. Again, I pulled this card out. So this is all about literally overcoming the difficulties. Archangel Jeremiah, however you say it. I don't know. I don't have Latin background. But this is all about the worst is now behind you and new things are coming into the horizon. So riding that wave, right? Paddling out to the surf lineup and then waiting for the right wave to go. When you catch that wave, it's literally going to help you just like cascade forward. All right, Taurus, think of a yes, no question and we'll see what's going on. Okay, so let go. All right, so this is indicating to me whatever you're trying to force the outcome or force the planning, let it go. Let it literally, because when you're on the water, when you're surfing and you're paddling out, you know you're going to get there. You just don't know how long it's going to take you, right? If you focus in on keep watching your watch, oh, it's been 3 minutes. Oh, it's been 4 minutes. And you start getting aggravated. You can't do that. You have to just let go with the flow because trust that divine order is in play for you, Taurus. Trust that literally any kind of delay is protecting you from something else, right? You could be paddling out to the lineup to catch that big wave, and it's taking you 5 minutes instead of 4 minutes that you anticipated, but you could have been saved from a shark attack. You know what I'm saying? So like everything is a gift. Timing is a gift. A lot of people get really impatient. Timing is a gift for everything. So that's what I have for my Taurus. Okay. Let's see who's next. Cancers, sun, moon, or rising. What's going on, Cancers? The crab. I love the crab. My other brother from another father, but same mother, is Cancer. Let's see what the cards have to say for you this week. The heart chakra card popped out. I love this energy. So this is tuning into your heart chakra. Your heart chakra, if you need to surround yourself in nature. Think about how nature is all about as all green. That is talking to your heart chakra and cleansing it, right? Cleansing any energies that are holding you down and illuminate it with the sunshine, right? If you look at this chakra, it has the yellow behind it. To me, that indicates sun cleansing. So one thing I like to do, Cancers, or anybody, if you're watching this, Cancer, sun, moon, rising, or whatever, is I go out to the sun and I imagine the sunshine coming down through my crown chakra and making a circle like sacred geometry around all of my chakras, all the way down through my body to my feet to balance out my chakras. Because when your chakras are balanced, that's when you're most in tune. That's when you're most aligned, right? So it's getting in alignment this week, Cancer, and within your heart. What's in alignment with your heart? The golden hour. Yes, I love this card. It's literally the beautiful completion of a cycle, the end of the sunset, right? The 24-hour sunset. So whenever you're watching this, I feel that you're going to feel your best. this next coming week, especially when you tune into your heart energy. It's all about giving that energy of like, when you tune into what matters to you most, that's when you're going to feel the best. And that's for everybody watching, right? And the golden hour is literally when the last hour before sunset, where you're out there taking pictures on the beach, or you're out there on a hike and you're taking pictures of mountains, whatever. And everyone just they're glowing, right? You are glowing this upcoming week, as long as you follow your heart. All right. Let's see what the angels have to say. Woo! Okay, so the card that popped out is Breathe. I love this. Archangel Raphael. I love Archangel Raphael. I work with him a lot. He is the archangel of art and mastery, and I think music as well. So think about the songs you're listening to. Maybe feed your mind with some healthy music. Don't listen to death metal and all that crap. Literally just listen to some uplifting reggae. Don't listen to things that are going to bring your heart into a state of sadness, but uplift your heart, right? Gosh, I love that for you. All right, think of a yes, no question, and let's see what you need to know for this week. Okay, meditation brings answers. This is great. So again, getting into with your heart. I can't believe how much this is starting to compound in the fact that you need to get back into your heart space, Cancers, wherever this is in your chart. And for you, with Uranus going into Gemini in your 12th house, it's your mind. So taking care of your mind. Don't let those thoughts go up and down and take you on a roller coaster. Be methodical and be more in your heart space. Because if you're overthinking, you need to write. And if you're underthinking, you need to read. Okay? I love that saying. I'm actually going to do a whole video on that, about journaling, especially for the divine masculine. All right. Let's see who's next. Capricorn. Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising. Cappies, what's going on? All right. I'm writing the timestamps down. So then after the video, you can come back and watch this and go directly to your reading. You don't have to scrub through the whole video. All right, Capricorns. I love my little mountain goats. Hard workers, very good planners. So wherever Capricorn is in your chart, that's where you're being asked to get more structure, but it should be alleviated with all the planets in Aries right now and going into Taurus and Gemini. Oh, okay. So, not one of my favorite cards, Capricorn, but there is some deception and that maybe you are feeling toward a situation or towards outside sources, or someone could be feeling that about you. But I think that, listen, we are a mirror what we put out to the universe. So if it's coming back to us, we've thought about it. So this is where I'm going to challenge you, Capricorn, because this is in your everyday. This is coming into Uranus is in Gemini, coming into in your 6th house, which is your everyday routines, working out, your daily, everything you're doing, when you wake up to when you go to bed. So I want to challenge you in saying, don't think about what everyone else is doing. Don't think about what the Joneses are doing, right? Make sure that you're taking care of what you can control of. You can only control the things you have control over. You don't have control over the sun setting and rising, right? Completely out of our control. You don't have a control over time. It keeps moving, right? So this is saying, be more conscious and come back. I want to say also, come back into your heart space, because this is going to give you some opportunity, especially with all this green. They say green is envy, but it's also the heart chakra. So coming back into that heart space and centering yourself and thinking and being grateful for what you have right now, being grateful every morning when you wake up and say, I can breathe air. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful, right? That is beautiful. A lot of people, well, not everyone gets that for the whole duration that we're here on Earth, right? So being grateful for that. So let's see what the cards have to say for you, Capricorn. In addition to that, we have autopilot. So this is saying set it, forget it, okay? Literally put your intentions out there, get back into your heart space and set it, forget it. Don't think about it. Don't think about how it's going to happen. See, that's where envy and deception comes in, because you're starting to think, you don't want to overthink, how is this going to actually manifest? How is this going to happen for me? Am I good enough? Blah, 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 right? You want to make sure that you're stepping into that space of, okay, I know that I'm worthy, because we all, everybody on this earth has self-worth issues, and it pops up and to test us, right? And we have to always say, okay, wait a minute, I am worthy. And so setting it and forgetting it with autopilot, put your intentions out there in the universe, trust it, write it down, because your word is your wand, and then don't think about it, okay? Let it go. Because the angels have a message for you. This is the third time that this card has popped out tonight. So if you've been watching since the beginning, I know a couple of you have in the chat, and I love that. I'm so happy you're here supporting me in the way of a community, right? So overcoming difficulties, Capricorn, literally the worst is now behind you. This is so true, because with all the Aries energy we had last week and the week before that, so go watch those spiritual happy hours or those love forecast episodes. It was really intense, and the worst is now dissipated, right? As you soar forward into the sunset, into the next adventure, over this canyon of the valley of death, right? And being supported by feathers. So I feel like also, Capricorn, if you see a feather coming into, like if you're walking outside, you see a feather, that's a sign that this reading is for you, because it's time to recognize that things are going to get better for you, and all the previous challenges that you had are going to smooth over. I love that for you. I love that for you. That's great. All right. So think of a yes, no question, Capricorn, and let's see what's going on. Okay, so, you have to take action. So yes, it's going to manifest whatever you're looking for, but you need to take action. You need to step up and move things forward, because in order to co-create with the universe, we can always have these grandiose ideas and thoughts, but if you're not being proactive, they're not going to happen. If you're going to be reactive, the universe will say, hey, I have this great idea for you. And you're like, okay, cool. Well, I'll figure it out and I'll make a plan later. The universe will be like, I need to get this idea out. I'm going to skip you because you're not taking action, and I'm going to go to the next person. That's what happens when you have a brilliant idea for a book or a song or writing song lyrics or something like that. Let me know how that resonates in the comments, because I feel like this is very direct message for somebody. But if you don't take action, the magic has to come out. So if you're not going to co-create and make it happen, you're going to miss your opportunity. You know, I do believe that whatever is meant for you will not pass you by. However, I think that if you don't take action on things, they will not manifest in your favor. So, or not in your favor, it's what you're manifesting, right? If you're not taking action, then you're not going to get action back, right? Okay, so moving on to Leo, sun, moon, or rising. What's going on, my Leos? I love Leos. I'm a Leo rising. It's a huge part of my chart. That's the persona I put out in the world, being out here on YouTube, talking about spirituality. Transformations coming in, Leos, this week. So it's all about understanding that when there's the butterfly, right? It's the metamorphosis process, like taking the caterpillar, building the cocoon, turning into mush, and then coming out and being a butterfly. You know, not being sure how it's going to happen. How are you going to get through this situation? But just trust the process, being in flow with the universe, going downstream, not upstream, right? We're not a salmon. Go downstream and trust the universe is taking you in the direction you need to go, for things to smooth out in your favor, for things to, and when I say your favor, I'm not saying it in a way of you're going to luck out and it's, you know, If you win the lottery, that's great. Go get a lotto ticket. That's your sign right now. But I'm saying in your favor, in your best interest, that's for you. Because we all have a mission when we come down here on earth and lessons we all need to learn. And we're going to be constantly tested until we learn the lesson. And then that lesson's still going to come back and test you again to make sure that you've learned the lesson. We're in Earth School, literally. We are in the Harvard of spirituality here on Earth. So you're in a transformation process. So trust that everything's going to work out in your favor. And I feel like with this card, she's wearing green. Again, green is the heart chakra. So tuning into a heart like a lion, as you are as a Leo, acting from that strength of your heart and not worrying about how things are coming across. Don't worry about anything. Just as long as you're being heart-centered, it's literally going to unfold for you. And I also do see with Leos, with Uranus going into Gemini and Venus going to Gemini in your 11th house of friendships, networks, social media, internet, inventions, things like that, there's going to be a lot of rapid movement. And so if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel or starting TikTok channel, whatever, this is the time to do it, because you're going to find the right connections to tee you up to the destination that you are meant to be headed toward. I love this. The blue hole card. Yes, I love this. If you're a scuba diver or a snorkeler or just a swimmer in general, a blue hole, you should know. But if you don't, a blue hole is literally a hole in the ocean that's bottomless, and you can snorkel and you can dive it. If you have a huge diving certification, you can do 100, 150 feet. But there's all these unhidden treasures. Like, what's in the bottom of the blue hole? We don't know, because it's bottomless. And so I feel like there's all these gifts that are coming in for you, that as you go through this transformation and speak from your heart, always speak from your heart, that these things will manifest and start to show themselves to you. And you're going to think, oh, as I'm going along this week, oh, that was a gift. This is a gift. Oh, this is something I wasn't expecting, but that's a gift. Wow. That's beautiful. I love that for Leos. All right, let's see what the angels have to say about that. All is well. I love this. Literally everything is unfolding as it should. And you're surrounded by this beautiful purple energy, which is the crown chakra, which is the higher self, the ethers, and that universal cosmic energy. And tuning that into the 3D of this very dense world that we live in, and knowing that it's all unfolding as it should. And it's really benefiting you in a way that this transformation that you may have felt that it's been stopping you or keeping you from moving forward, it's literally here to help you. Like this transformation from the cocoon to drying out your wings and flying away. The cocoon phase that you've been in, Leo, especially in these past couple of years, I would say the last 7 years, specifically with Uranus and Taurus in your 10th house of career, you're getting ready to step out and shine. So think of a yes, no question, and let's see what's happening for you. The answer is yes. So whatever it is you're manifesting, it's divinely protected. It's in divine order. It's moving forward and tuning into your intuition. See how this angel here she's literally, her hands are beaming rainbows. And then she has her upper chakra with the sun. It's literally like that beautiful, purifying energy is coming into your stratosphere and moving things forward effortlessly. I love that for you, Leo. Woohoo! I love it. I love it. I just realized that was all the signs, but I realized I didn't do a collective reading in the beginning. Obviously, I'm going to do a final. But if you're here watching, as I light more sage, if you're here watching and you haven't chimed in the chat, say hello, introduce yourself. If you'd like me to pull a complimentary card for you, I will do that. I'll definitely, I have 3 people already I'm pulling cards for, and that is Tammy, Bill, and Bobby. So I'm really digging my sage. I haven't burnt sage in my place in a while. And man, I've been burning it a lot this past week. It's been taking all this negative energy and stillness out of my stratosphere. It's been awesome. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I'll do the mini readings first, and then I'll do the final for the collective. All right, so smack the energy out of the deck to get some clear energy. Also, let's cleanse it in some of this sage. This is one of my, actually I have a lot of favorite decks. I have a lot of decks, but I have about 5 that are my favorite. This is one of my favorite ones. So out of the top, I love it. Patience and planning. So this card indicating for me with the collective is it's all about putting a plan in action, right? We have the pillars of success that we can see ahead of us, but it's also telling us to step through it. This card reminds me of Never Ending Story when he's going through the gates with the angels on each side, and if he doesn't say the right passcode or whatever, I don't know, you'll have to tell me in the chat, that or the people try to get through it, they don't have the heart with pure intention, they can't get through and they're just like executed, right? Bye. So it's all about planning and patient, but coming from the heart space of moving things forward. Okay, let's see. All right, Tammy, let's see. I need, oh, you can't, oh, you should still crack your window and let some of that still energy out. It could be cold. Listen, when I was in Chicago, I literally, oh, you need it, oh, for the sage. Okay, but still, I haven't opened my window. I will after this show because I have a lot of sage smoke in here, which I'm totally fine with. But to let the energy out. So if anyone doesn't know, when you're saging and you go around the perimeter of your house and you sage your crown chakra, your feet, and yourself, ideally you open up the window to let the methodically or metaphorically, I don't know, you let it out. You let the sage takes the negative energy in the smoke, and then you just let it out. Let it out of your space. So, okay. So, Bobby, I will do your mini reading first. Mini reading. I'm doing timestamps, obviously. So then you can come back this whole week, Bobby, and look at your reading. Yes. Sage is important. A lot of people don't really know that about sage, and it's such a beautiful, sacred medicine, to handle. I mean, it came from our ancestors and a lot of, in the tribes before us many, many, many years ago, many centuries. Okay, so Bobby, let's see what your mini reading is. Okay. Ooh, rest and rejuvenation. So what have you been doing that's been taking your energy where you're being called to step back and take a break? Which I know you like to do things fast and furious, but then also I know that you do take a lot of time for rest and rejuvenation. But right now this week with this energy coming in, I know you're Scorpio Sun, Scorpio rising. So literally this is happening. All this energy is transitioning from your 7th house of partnerships into your 8th house of investments, which we talked about, and other people's money and pension plans and, inheritances and transformation, right? So I love that for you. Ooh. Okay, yes. And we have the rum line. So the rum line is when you're sailing, I'm a sailor. I sailed for 20 years. I raced sailboats. And a lot of people don't even know that you can do that, but it's a very serious, intense sport. The rum line is from point A to point B, right? But however, it's not like you're running a race where you run in the straight line. You have the rum line, you literally have to tack back and forth. You're like tacking to the port side, the starboard side, then back again, port, starboard, back port, all the way up to get to your destination, okay? So I feel that with this relaxation and rejuvenation for you, Bobby is saying that you could be spending too much, too much steam. That's what I'm getting, is like you're spending too much energy trying to go from point A to point B rather than just enjoying the process, enjoying the ride, going back and forth. So I feel like that is a huge message for you. Ah, yes. And yeah, that's like, that's what I'm getting for you. Yes, Bill, I will do a general for sure. I will. I'll do Bobby's, do Tammy's and yours, and then I'll do a final. And anyone else who's chiming in right now and you haven't introduced yourself in the chat, come in and say hello. Awesome people in the chat. So Bobby, I need you to clear your chakras. Okay, we talked about that. Going out to the sunshine and letting the sun come down through your crown chakra to the bottom of your feet. And imagine it going through every point of your chakras. If you don't know what those are, which a lot of people don't, you'd be surprised. No shame in that game. But your chakras are energy points that are literally spinning fast. So you have your heart chakra, your throat chakra for speaking, your third eye for intuition, your crown for more intuition. And then you have your sacral chakra, your root chakra. If they're out of balance, if you're doing, it's the yin and yang, making sure they're all balanced as you move forward. Okay. And like, that could be something that's keeping you stuck, like one foot in the past, one foot in the future. Right. So that's what I have for you. Yes. You do remember me explaining that to you. That's awesome. Quick note. I just figured out on YouTube that I have sleep meditations that I created 6 or 7 years ago, and I put them on the YouTube Music app today. So you can listen to them without having your phone lit up at night. And I was listening to this, my favorite one that has the most streams. It's called Let Go. And I was listening to it and I'm like, wow, that's some really good advice. So Bobby, go check out that podcast, that playlist. I have 7 meditations on there. I think it's going to give you what you need. I think there's one on finance, but there's one more so on Let Go. And it's all about letting go of the process, letting go of what people think about you, letting go of knowing you're in the right place at the right time. Yes. All right. So we'll do Bill's reading next. Love and light to you, brother. I love you. Okay, so Bill, prosperity begins. So whatever you've been planting, the seed that's been in your mind, your heart. I mean, you are also a Scorpio. There's a lot of Scorpio energy in the house tonight. I just have to say, love you. But this is also coming out of your, Uranus is going out of the ups and downs of your relationship house and your partnerships into your investments, into your long-term partnerships that are going to help you financially. So I do feel this prosperity, you planted this seed, and I feel like there's something that you have been thinking about. We've talked about this, but I feel like there's something you've been thinking about that you want to produce on your own. And it's been so crazy of where you've been the last 7 years, up and down, but things are going to start blossoming in the direction that you've been thinking about. So whatever you've been trying to manifest, make sure that you're taking that energy and co-creating with the universe to move forward. And I have smooth sailing. I love these 2 cards together. That is awesome. I love that. Prosperity begins and smooth sailing. So literally all the details are working out in your favor, and you just have to keep moving forward, keep taking action, keep taking that step as things are going, and you will start to see, oh, okay, this makes sense now. I'm in the right place at the right time. And also lay your hair down and relax, have some fun. I know that it's been intense, but let's see what the angels have to say. Clairsentience. So this is all about getting intuitive hits through music, okay? And feeling and touch. So if you feel something in your body, you're like, oh, or in your heart space, you're like, this is what I need. This is what I need to actually, that's the next step. I was out at the ocean today at the beach, which I always am. And I was thinking about the show tonight and something clicked. And I was like, oh, I know what I need to do to introduce more shows and how I'm going to start going live even more than twice a week. Okay. So that is the message. So just listen to those intuitive hits that you're getting through music specifically, but more so in your body, both of them. Clairsentience is how you feel, right? Intuitive hits how you feel, but I feel like for you, there's something in music. So if you wake up in the morning, Bill, and you're like, this song's in my head, and you're like, and you hear the lyrics, you're like, oh, I know that song. Go look it up and read the lyrics, and that's your message. All right, Tammy, let's get your mini reading. Every time I'm going live, I'm going longer and longer. It's hilarious. Okay, Tammy. The wisdom card. I pulled this out earlier in the readings. I don't know if I honestly feel like that was for Aries. And if so, I think it was for Aries. I don't know. I can't remember, but I do feel like there's a solid foundation coming in, and yes, I know, that's why I was like Aries, because you're a fellow Aries sun too. I do feel like there's this information coming in for you that you have this knowledge and wisdom, and you have a solid foundation. Yes, for sure. Definitely go back and watch it. I think it was like, hold on, let me look. Was it Aries or who did I pull first? It was either Aries or Virgo. But you'll have to watch it, because wherever this is in your chart, this is like a double message for you. Because Virgo's in your second house of finances and how you generate money and how you make money, not other people's resources in the 8th house, which is all for the Scorpio readings that I just did. But having that solid foundation and knowing what step you need to take to move forward this week to get you to the next step or plateau or level, the next level to manifest what you want. See what the OG, I made these cards. I love them. The Beach Balance Life, OG Goddess, Ocean Goddess. So trim the sails. So Tammy, this is all about, when you're sailing, listen, you have the sails out, they start to flog a little bit, or they're getting, you're like, oh, I need to adjust a little micro movement here, there, to keep the sails full of air. Otherwise you lose the momentum. So I feel like you're moving things forward, and things are happening, but you need to make a little micro adjustments this week to keep your plan and your vision and your third eye focused. Okay. Yes, I love the beach too. That's why I have my channel is Beach Balance Live, but I changed it to Kirsta Brenner because people didn't understand what Beach Balance Live is, because it's all about conscious communication. So claircognizance for you, Tammy, this is all about, paying attention to your thoughts, right? Like I said, like that micro adjustment, making sure that your thoughts are healthy thoughts, making sure that you don't we all have, I don't even know if someone knows this, chime in the chat. We have so many thoughts during the day, but a lot of them are not our thoughts. A lot of them are other people's thoughts, or people that we're connected to, and you start to feel something. You're like, where did this feeling come from? It's not mine. So this is a good indication for you, Tammy, this week, and a good practice for everybody listening, that when you have a thought and it doesn't feel right or it upsets you, be like, wait a minute, is this my thought or is this someone else's thought? Because once you start observing the mind and not absorbing the mind and believing everything it tells us, you start to be able to differentiate where your energy is going, right? Because you want to keep your signal strong. You don't want any static coming in. So, all right, let's do a collective reading, since I didn't do one in the beginning. 129, I love it. You're welcome. All right, so the collective reading overall, and then this is the final. But if you're here watching, you haven't chimed in the chat, if you're watching on your phone, go find out where the chat is. Come and say hello, introduce yourself, because we are here to build a community of like-mindedness, of spirituality, this is not, talking about astrology and like talking about the degrees and mathematical things are very direct, are specific. I'm not a Virgo. I'm not a Capricorn. No. So I don't care about that. It's about getting the message through, getting what we need to hear. All right, here's the collective reading. So the collective's saying, okay, so there's a lot of mental conflict going on in the collective, which is understandable, especially with Gemini. With Uranus going to Gemini, Gemini is literally like the twins. If you have a Gemini in your life, you're gonna get the good twin and then also the bad twin. You can't always get one of others. So we have to control our mind this week and what we're thinking, what our thoughts are. Observe, don't absorb, right? We want to make sure that we're taking this energy and observing it as the information comes through, because Gemini is so moving fast with that. It's an air sign. So it's like boom, 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 right? The information that's coming in, making sure that we are taking care of our mental health, of saying, okay, is this my thought or is this someone else's thought, right? We honestly, I feel like I'm also going to do a video on this because this isn't talked about a lot, because we often think whatever we're thinking, that's our reality. It's not. We have to protect. That's why I burn sage all the time. I have liquid sage from this awesome Indian tribe out in New Mexico that I spray at night so I can clear the energy and clear the thoughts so I can sleep and have peaceful sleep, and I'm not absorbing everyone's energy. Because when we're out there in the world, let's just say the universe, but when we're out there every day, walking on the street, driving, communicating with people, we're absorbing their energy as well. We don't realize it, right? Because we're obviously picking up people's thoughts and intentions. And if you're really in tune, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're not, start thinking about it that way, because the whole idea is to open up the stratosphere of your third eye, to be more in tune with your intuition, to detach from the matrix and detach from these ideas that you have to work your whole life, work really hard, and then you're worthy. You have to get a house and then you're worthy. These are just lies we've been told, honestly. So that being said, let's back it up with a Beach Balance Life card. The dock card. So it's time to come back to the dock, right? So being out there in the craziness, when you come back to the dock after a day of sailing, you're exhausted. You want to let your hair down, have a cocktail, watch the sunset, hang out with friends, listen to music. I'm getting John Lennon right now is popping in my head, but taking that time out, it's a well-needed break after all this mental confusion, especially after the last couple of weeks of all that energy in Aries. It's kind of like, I've talked to a lot of people and they've been like, whoa, there's been a lot of mental static, right? And fast moving. So now it's time to let your hair down, take a deep breath, do some meditation. There's a breath work. I don't know what it's called. If you know what it is, I'll look it up after this, but like just on my live, I can't remember, but it's like where you breathe in and out really fast through your nose, out your mouth. And it's a very fast yogi breath. And like when you do it, you actually start to, when you go breathe all the way down and out through your stomach, you start to actually get high off of the oxygen and bring you, and it's a dopamine hit, but it's so healthy for you because it alleviates all of that stress out of your nervous system and your parasympathetic system. Like it regulates that. So I'm feeling for the collective, since this is the reading for the collective, is to tune into your breath work and manage that energy, right? Because if you hold your breath, if you notice during the day in this next coming week, if you're holding your breath and you're not breathing, there's many times like during the day, I'm like, wait, I'm holding my breath. I'm not even breathing, especially when I'm working out, when I'm doing like a workout class, like a group workout class. And they're like, make sure you're breathing. And I'm like, oh, I don't even know the last time I was cognizant of me taking a breath, right? It's automatic. But when was I tuned in to the present moment to take the breath? All right, let's see what the angels have to say. Coming right out of the deck. Remember who you are. Yes, you're a celestial being. We're not here in the matrix. This is all literally like a simulation. whoever we think that we need to be, no one cares, right? No one cares that I'm on my YouTube channel right now. Like, no one cares that I'm not, trading stocks right now. No one cares, because we're all literally should be in the moment, the present moment of who we are and what we're trying to manifest and moving things forward. Okay. And remembering who you are at the core in your heart. You're not defined by your job. You're not defined by your relationship. You're not defined by how people treat you on the street, or anything like that. Remember that you are a sovereignty being where you are so capable of manifesting in this magical world of anything that you want and your dreams and your hopes, everything. It's available, literally, but you have to believe. I feel like, honestly, if I pulled another card, the believe card would come out. I don't know if there's one in these decks, but I know believe in yourself card would definitely be there. So, woohoo! I need a sip of peppermint water for that one. I'm at the end of my peppermint water. If you're watching and you would like me to pull a mini reading for you, let me know. Let's see. Burn a little bit more sage. Let me get this out. But yeah, this energy's been intense. And here's the thing also is, like, we chose to be born at this time of all this change. Everyone's worried about the world and blah, blah, blah. But our souls chose to be on this earthly plane at this time, right? So let's sage that. I'm super excited. I'm glad that I chose to come down here at this time to witness all this change and this radical movement. And with the Uranus going into Gemini, it's going to be moving fast. And I said this on Tuesday on the love forecast. If you haven't rested up till now, because if you've been feeling tired, hopefully you're honoring that and taking naps and blah, 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 because this energy is literally going to move so fast. It is going to be full steam ahead, 100%. And I'm super stoked about that, because I'm an Aries, and that's like, if it's not done yesterday, I'm not satisfied, right? Like, pushing the can down the road, boring, right? So I love that. Loving that energy. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll pull one more card. Oh, you're welcome, Tammy. I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy to meet you. That's so cool. Honestly, that's so cool that you just like randomly stumbled onto the channel. You were divinely guided, right? And I was divinely guided to connect with you too, because that's what this is all about, living within the collective. And since we have officially stepped into the age of Aquarius with Pluto and Aquarius the last couple of years, but Pluto stays in a sign for, I don't know, I think it's like 254 years or something. We're literally like, if you listen to that 70s song, The Age of Aquarius, that's what we've stepped into. And this is all about community. We're not about individualism anymore. We're not about, it's all about radical change. It's about creating communities and taking care of people and creating this space that we can't depend on governments. We can't depend on whatever. This is all about learning how to garden again and trading system. Like, if you're from Oregon and you're chiming in, drop your name in the chat. Let me know, because that popped out super heavy for me to say, or whatever it is. But see, like, I have Mercury, which is the planet of communication for Gemini, in Aries. That's why I talk fast. That's why I have to get it out. And sometimes my body can't keep up with my mind. And so I stumble over my words because I'm like, I got to get it out super fast. Otherwise, I'm on to the next thought. But anyway, so that being said, we're going to end the show. I'm so happy everyone's here. Please make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Click the thumbs up. It helps the algorithm only to be able to push this out to the people that are intended to be a part of this community, obviously. But I'm so happy for my new subscribers. Welcome. I'm happy for my OG subscribers and friends. Bill, Bobby have been here from the beginning. Totally love it. And I hope everyone has a good night. And I love you all, and love and light to everybody, and talk to you on Tuesday. So make sure I see you on Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I might change it to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time so more people can join, but we'll see. But regardless, love and light, and see you all soon. All right, take care. Bye.